guys, it's Tara
and Angela
from Bookish Chicago. So we are here today to bring you 4 nonfiction titles that we are really excited about. They are available on our website, but and you can go there, of course, and you can look at the descriptions, but we really wanted to bring you kind of a one-on-one about them because we love them so much. Okay.
First up, I want to talk about How We Got to the Moon by Rocco. Rocco is best known for his fabulous illustrations. He came up through Disney and kind of the graphics world there. He did Rick Riordan's covers, as well as some of his own award-winning titles, particularly Blackout, which was a Caldecott honor. This book is a real deep dive into nonfiction. How We Got to the Moon, the people, technology, and daring feats of science behind humanity's greatest adventure. And it's kind of a David Macaulay detailed treatment. And I want to show you kind of what that looks like for John Rocco. This is the kind of detail that I love to find in there. This is about the development of the Apollo spacesuit and kind of all the things that went wrong a little bit, including when they tried to model one after a tomato worm and the guy couldn't really move. But then I love to find out that Playtex, which had been doing girdle technology, came into the rescue and created this joint that you could move, which is nice, right? I haven't experimented that much with girdle technology, but I'm glad to know that it came in there. And then this one shows both like the encompassing illustrations and how it shows scope. So this is a transporter. These are tiny people down there. And then it has the info box kind of things and infographics. It shows the weight of this is 6.3 million pounds and its top speed was 1 mile an hour. So you can kind of see his artwork there. And then I just want to show you one that really shows kind of the depth of his artwork. And that is here. And you can see how beautiful it is. And this is them practicing zero gravity. So this we have as an all ages pick for a great gift, starting really at about age 5 and then going all the way up to grandpa, and as a family read together, you can kind of take chunks of it at a time. You don't have to read it straight through.
Yeah, and it's super accessible whether your kid is a budding astronaut or they have just a tiny interest in science. It's really a great introduction. The book that I want to talk to you about today is one that I am in love with. It is by Cyber Medal winner Bryant and illustrated by one of our favorite illustrators, Frank Morrison. One of my absolute loves about picture books is not only the text, but also the quality of illustrations. Sometimes they're just so beautiful that the illustrations can tell the story just as well as the text, and this is one of those that does that. So this one is called Above the Rim, and it's the story of Elgin Baylor. So what I really was captured by is the way in which the author takes the information about Elgin Baylor and kind of puts it in the context of the civil rights movement. So not only do you see Elgin Baylor fighting for civil rights, for his own rights, basically, as he's traveling with the NBA and he's going to hotels where he's being told, you can't stay in the hotel, but we want to see you play in the game. And he's really having an internal struggle with what it means to be a black man in the NBA. We also see people like Rosa Parks, fighting for civil rights in the same context. So it's really amazing how he puts those two things together, and you could see that illustrated here. So when we think about our lives in general, we realize that there are things that are important to us and there are internal struggles that we're going through, but there's also the whole world around us that relates to our existence as well. And it does a great job of showing kids like the relevancy of a Colin Kaepernick in relation to our history. But best of all, like I said, are the illustrations, and Angela's gonna share another illustration with you.
Yeah, I just want to share a spread. Tara and I are both big fans of Frank Morrison, and I really like the way he represents movement and the kind of story that he tells, the text that we're talking about. So this spread I wanted to share because it has this message that he decided maybe he shouldn't perform and work as part of the team if he wouldn't be treated the same. So it was a really, I think, strong anti-discrimination message. And Frank Morrison just shows it so well. You're right there for the story. So.
Yeah, so illustrations that you want to frame. I mean, that's what I want to do with them.
Yep.
And then moving on to adult books, I wanted to quickly talk about a book that I have been super interested in as I think of myself as a woman, a black woman, and as a feminist. Mikki Kendall's book, Hood Feminism. It's a really great introduction to the feminist movement and a cry for it to be all-encompassing. So not just what we consider the average woman, but how does feminism, really talk about the black woman? How does it talk about a non-binary woman? How does it talk about a disabled woman? And she really asks us to kind of consider all of these different avenues of feminism. And it's just a very interesting story, and it's told in a way that is very non-confrontational and accessible. So she has titles, some of her book titles you can see is, how to write about black women, pretty black girls don't have eating disorders, the fetishization of fears. So things that are really stuff we don't talk about, and stuff we maybe not think about, but take a peek at this and maybe have a discussion about it. I think it's really good for us to kind of start talking about.
Okay, so I am going to recommend a book I have not read, and that is because it has been recommended to me, and it is next in my pile to read. And it's also in a genre where I'm really particular about, so I wait till I get those recommendations. It's a true crime memoir about a girl who's looking to uncover the story of what happened to her sister. How it first came to me was my friend and neighbor came over and brought me the arc and was hugging it and saying, you have to read this, you have to read this. But I was stuck in the pit of Outlander watching the TV series, and so I went back to read the first book, and it's like 1,000,000 pages long, and it's blah, 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 blah. And so I didn't get to it fast enough, and she snatched the book back, and then gave it to someone else because she really wanted to read it and talk about it. And now I have that, and I want to read it and talk about it too. So it's on my list, but I just wanted to read you what our pal Erin says about the book. She says it's one of those books you can't put down. As Betsy Bonner takes you on her journey to find answers about her sister, interwoven with the retelling of their growing up and navigating the world as young adults, you will have questions at every turn. It is a story you'll never forget and will recommend to all your friends just so you can discuss it. Not only is it an intriguing story, Bonner's prose is so well done and at times poetic, perfect for book clubs. So we're hoping we both read this and then we get to talk about it with everybody. So
Yeah.
that's the plan.
All right. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't noticed, we are outside doing our porch reviews, and you've seen and heard a lot of little city noises. You've probably seen the camera shaking because the wind is blowing, but
It's Windy City.
it is the Windy City, and it's windy outside, and it is sunny and bright, and we are just enjoying the last few days of this beautiful weather and doing one of our favorite things, which is talking about books.
See you at bookischicago.com.
All right. See you next time.